Hey guys, so recently my good friend Joel and I took the boys to Grand Tetons for a climbing trip. And on that trip, he introduced me to a climbing technique called the loop method, which I'd never seen before, and it's awesome. So ideally, if you're lead climbing or climbing multiple pitches, you would climb in pairs. So you would have one guy who climbs the pitch and puts the protection in and sets an anchor at the top, and then the second climbing your partner would come up behind you, would take all the protection out of the rock as they come up, and you would, until they got to your spot, you would climb in pairs, and then you would proceed in the same way for the next length of rope or the next pitch. But we had 5 climbers, and 3 of whom were kids who had climbed in the gym, but had never climbed multi-pitch routes before. So we went back and forth quite a lot as to what the strategy should be. How can we climb with 5 climbers and 3 of whom have not had a lot or any multi-pitch experience? And so Joel shared with me the loop method, which is amazing, and for me is kind of a game changer. So I recorded him teaching the boys, showing it to the boys and I think you're gonna love it. Here it is. Here we go. We've got our super alpha true man climbing guy, Joel, 3 would-be mountaineers, and then you got me, who's just sort of a casual go-along. We've decided, Joel thinks it's best to use what he calls the loop method, and I've never seen it, so teach us.
All right, so what we have here is a pretend climb. You guys are at the base of the climb. The top of the climb is right over there. What these trees are, these 3 trees, is they represent pieces of protection. You all seen the cams, and we put the cams in the rock and things like that. They represent way stations along the way that I will set up and clip into for my safety and then for your safety. So what's going to happen here is I'm just going to pretend that the orange is my lead rope. So when it comes your turn to do this as a simulation, you don't have to use a bowline. You can just use an overhand knot, nothing fancy, just like that. Tie it onto a belt loop or the loop of a tag or anything. So I'm pretending this is my lead rope. I'm leading on orange, and then I'm gonna drag purple, okay? So, go like that. Okay, so Logan is my belayer. So Logan, you're just gonna play this out, okay? On belay.
Play on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
So I climb, and I get up a little bit. If I fall now, I'm falling all the way to the ground. Ow, I want to put in a piece of protection. So, I pretend like this is a cam, I get it all set, and I clip my lead rope, okay? Now, if I go, falling, catch me. See, and that's why we don't use overhand knots. But you get the simulation. So, let's go ahead like this. So I got this clipped, and I say climbing.
Climb on.
I might say clipped 1 and climbing. That's just me indicating that this is my first piece of protection. So he says climb on, so I go climb. Say, I want to get another piece of protection in. I get this all set. Here, and I go clip 2 and climbing. And you notice the purple is just dragging behind me. There'll be somebody down at the bottom making sure that the purple, the drag rope, feeds out of a pile and doesn't get hung up on anything. So I climb. All right, now I'm to my belay station. Okay, so I go ahead and I clip myself in here. Actually, you know what? Let's pretend this is a 3rd piece of protection, like that. Okay, and then and I'll pretend like this is my belay station. Okay, so what I do first when I get up to the top, first I say, Logan, off belay.
Lay off.
Right, and then you can drop the rope there. And then who's going to be our first climber? I think it should be the man who belayed me. I think it should be Logan. Okay. So Logan, can you tie the orange is now your lead rope too? Just tie it anywhere. So meanwhile, when I'm up at the top, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to tie these 2 ends together. Just an overhand, just like that. An overhand on a bend. And then I'm going to be belaying Logan here. But if Logan just climbs up on that, and he goes ahead and leaves the protection, that means you guys have no rope. So he has to drag purple. So purple is going to go behind you. And if we were all wearing harnesses, it would all make a lot of sense about this. So this is the trickiest part. So go ahead and talk to me.
Belay on.
That's what I say. You
Oh,
say.
on belay.
Good. Blaze on.
Climbing.
Climb. Now here's the trickiest part. Okay.
Keep going.
Come up to the first piece of protection, and I'm going to pretend that I'm still up here belaying. This is the trickiest part. Okay. So Logan could just unclip here and then just keep going. All right. That'd be fine because he obviously can't pass through the carabiner, so he has to unclip it. The problem is, if the route traverses, that means goes sideways, okay, and somebody takes a fall, then the rope is not going to be in the right place. So we have to keep the rope running through the pieces of protection. So the way this has got to happen is you're going to clip your drag in first, okay, and you're going to bring the drag up the side of your body where the protection is. The purple one. This is your drag rope. Now remember, this is, here, I got an idea.
Okay, that works.
You'll pull one. Okay. So you're going to bring the drag rope around your side. Grab the drag rope here. And this is the crucial part. Clip the drag rope in first, and then move the drag rope out of the way and unclip the lead rope. And now just take a moment to get the carabiner turned around so the gate is opening outwards. So this is something you're going to hear me say. If you get all cluster ducked in here, you're going to hear me say, rotate your carabiner. This is what I mean by rotate the carabiner. And the way you want the carabiner oriented, both when you start to do the clip through and when you're finished, is make sure the gate is opening outward. Here, this is out, this is in. So the gate is opening outward. If the gate is like this, the gate is opening inwards.
Uh-oh.
This is more cluster ducky. It will make more of a mess. Always have the gate opening outwards, okay? So now, check it out. He's free and ready to keep on climbing. So he says to me, he says, Joel, clip one and climbing.
Clip one and climbing.
And I say, climb, and I keep dragging. And meanwhile, you can see that, Owen, keep doing what you're doing.
It's casing.
That's Cohen. No, that's Cohen. He's right.
That's Cohen. Cohen's applying pressure to get that end of the rope coming back down to the bottom. It's not yet quite there. Yeah, that's it.
I see.
And now you say,
Lift two and climbing.
very good, climb on.
Just one giant loop.
Yeah, this is genius.
Okay. Excellent. Well done. Good rope management. And you say, flip three and climb on. So then you're going to come up here, and I'm going to say a word about this. There's going to be, you guys all have, don't touch that rope yet. You're all going to have an extra tether made of Dyneema cord, and that probably what's going to happen is I'm going to point a runner or a sling for you to girth hitch your sling to. Girth hitch is that thing where you could attach two loops to each other by running the loop through and cinching it through. You'll get really familiar with the girth hitch if you don't know it already. Be careful not to step on gear. And so you will have an assignment when you get in there to clip yourself into a safe spot. You'll clip yourself in through your belay loop and the tether that you're given, the sling, and then you can say to me the words, and I say, when I think you're safe, I say belay off. Now here's the crucial piece. So if, go ahead and take off this piece. Just pull it through. Just pull this. There you go. Now what would happen if he accidentally dropped it? It would zipper down the hill, and you guys down at the left of the bottom wouldn't have any way to get up. So he's actually not going to untie the two until he pretend like it's still tied to you. We're going to make a loop here. I'll use a overhand on a bite, or bow on the bite, or, I mean a butterfly on the bite or something like that. And I'll clip this to me, and we'll do the same with his lead rope. So he won't actually untie until I make 2 loops here. And I clip them to me, and then I can say, okay, go ahead and untie. So we'll go ahead and untie both of these. And I've held these, this is that crucial piece that I have to do for rope management.
And then I'm assuming we untie the knot right here.
Right, once it arrives down to you guys can untie that, and the next person can get all clipped in. All right, and tied in.
At the top, gentlemen, all of you guys, this part that Joel's talking about right here, Kaysen and Cohen, can I have your attention?
Listening.
This is a place not to be impatient and not to rush. Really just sit there and relax and wait until Joel tells you that it's safe to unclip. Because like he said, if we get a little impatient and go a step too soon, we'll zipper the line all the way down, and then we'll have to figure out how to lead it again, or whatever, what we're gonna do to fix it.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So this is great. So you have 2 ends. So go ahead and take off your gloves, Kaysen, just so you're able to tie this. So figure out 2 places to tie. Now you're leading, unlike me and Logan, you're leading on purple.
I see, okay.
And I'm and you're dragging orange. And then the colors flip-flop each time.
Okay.
And so now that I've got the 2 ends together, I can unclip the 2 loops, and I can just free the loops, and I make sure, you know, that this whole assembly is actually running through a piece of pro, so that I can pay attention to Blaine Kaysen while this cycles through on its own without me having to mind it.
Hold on.
And once again, all right, you look great. So on belay,
wait, if this is my dragging rope.
that's your drag rope.
Goes
Okay.
behind you.
Yeah, I know that, but why wouldn't this be my lead rope? Because this is going to be the one that clips into here, right? In order to keep me safe, because I can't go past with this
Your
one.
lead rope is now purple. You have switched colors from Logan and I. I led on orange. Logan followed on orange. Okay.
Oh.
Your lead rope, the thing that's actually, if you fell, the thing that's going to save your life is me holding on to purple, not orange. I don't care about orange right now, except in as far as it maintains the system. Okay, so go ahead and have the conversation with me.
On belay.
Good. And if there are other climbers you might yell up, you know, in the area, and they're doing similar climbs, I don't think this is going to happen. You'd yell Joel on belay. Yeah.
Joel on belay.
Okay, Kaysen, your belay's on.
Climbing.
Climb. So now this is the crucial piece. Bring your orange rope around your left side. You want it, yes. You don't want it to cross your body. Clip it in. And then move the orange to the back of the carabiner as you lift out. Ooh, beautiful. And then you say,
Clip 1, climbing.
climb on.
Oh. No, never mind.
So you can see that they could get crisscrossed if you're
Yes.
not careful about that. And then just, yeah, it's
Alright.
perfect.
Clip 2, climbing.
Climb on.
Alright, clip 3, climbing.
Climb on. And then you come on to here, and the same routine, you'll tether in with a girth hitch.
Hurry over here,
with your
Cohen.
sling, and then you won't touch
Have you already
that.
climbed, Cohen?
You won't touch that until you're all attached in. And then remember, you won't take these off until I do 2 little loops that I clip off onto me, clip, and then pull some slack in, and I might say, tie an overhand on a bite. So a bite is just a fold of rope. An overhand is just your shoelace knot that you start off.
Yeah, the bite overhand,
Beautiful. And then I clip these to me, and now I can say, oh, go ahead and untie your knots. We'll finish the on or off belay off things before we do the knot stuff. Okay, I think it'd be good to have Cohen practice.
I agree.
So that sling that you said,
Yeah.
if I clip again, there's going to be another one of these up
Yeah,
here?
yeah. There'll be a whole string of them. I you know, like I've said, I haven't done this climb before, so I don't know how big and generous the ledges are going to be or how tiny. I just know that we won't be hanging in the air.
Okay.
There'll be something to stand on or sit on. Hopefully sit.
Got it.
It may be uncomfortable though.
Yeah.
And if it is, it'll be uncomfortable for all of us.
I'm gonna whine and complain about it.
The opposite of that.
And so this has got to get, meanwhile, we should have had Cohen applying pressure to pull this all down. So go ahead and reel this in. First reel it in. There you go.
So I'll still be down here as the last one.
There we go.
Oops.
And I forgot to take this out. Logan, you drinking water constantly? Good.
Go ahead, Colin.
Do the
On
talent
belay.
too. Okay, talk to me.
On belay.
Okay, blaze on.
Climbing.
Climb.
So I clip in.
Right, but you bring it around the left side of your body, whatever side that the protection is. That's the side you bring it on. Good. And now, as you go forward
Clip one.
and climbing.
Climbing.
Good, climb. Now you see how that's kind of twisted around. You'll be able to rotate that in position and make sure it doesn't trip you up.
Clip one. Climbing.
Flip two and climbing. Yeah, climb on.
Two. Clip three. Climbing.
Climb on.
It's supposed to be like this.
Right. So.
Oh, I got it twisted.
Okay, so it's still going to flip around. Yeah, ideally we do all our work with the gate opening up and out, up and out. But if it gets curly cued like that, that's fixed just when it lies like that. So you did it correctly. Go on here, and the same thing here. Okay, and first we would get you clipped in and everything like that, and then I would have you tie an overhand on a bite. Perfect. Flip that to me. Tie an overhand on a bite on your drag rope. And now, Kirk, what's going to happen is you'll be leading on purple, obviously. On the last round, I'll keep the orange one up top with me and just stack it.
Yeah, that's what that was going to be my question. Doesn't make sense for me to drag the orange one?
Right.
Okay.
You will only be leading on purple. And so I clip these to me, and then you can untie the two ropes.
And I'll clean all the gear. Yep.
Yep. And I
Love
don't think
this.
we need to simulate that.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's how it works.
And we call that what, Joel?
This is the loop method.
That is outstanding. I love that.